I don't know about you, but one of the most delicious things about being on a spiritual path is the fun signs we get, the little signs that guide us here and there. I absolutely love them. And today I want to talk about a very small mental shift that you can make to bring more signs into your life. Okay, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you, kind of the way that I said I was going to do this was a little sideways. It's not necessarily a mental shift to get more signs, they're already there. Here's the shift I want us to approach today: how to become aware of more of the signs that are already around us. We tend to struggle with getting signs sometimes. And I'm going to talk about just a few things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about why we struggle seeing signs and what happens really with the attention that we put on to different things. And then what is that mental shift? What is that mental shift? What is the practice I can do every morning that takes 30 seconds that can help me start receiving, seeing, and paying attention to more signs? So let's start with this. When it comes to seeing signs, spiritual signs, not just, and not everything's a sign. I get it. Not every bird you see, not every squirrel that runs across the road is a sign. But when you do get signs, they're very strong. They're right there. I'll give you one recently. I was traveling and a friend of mine and myself, two of my friends and myself, we were having fun and we were joking around and we were taking photos, and someone said, lean forward on your legs, like lean forward. And so I was just sort of tilting my entire body forward, and someone said, it's kind of like, Michael Jackson, Annie, are you okay? And I was like, wow, I haven't heard that song in a long time. I then go and get into a shuttle to go from from hotel to airport to travel. And they turn the radio on, and the first song I hear is, Annie, are you okay? So what is that? Is that guidance? Not necessarily. It's being linked in. So signs can guide you in a direction. They can confirm what you're trying to find out. Is this the right way to go? Yes or no. You can get signs in that way. And then there are signs that just plain say you are linked in, you are in the flow, you are spiritually tapped in, and you are actively creating your incredible reality. I was having a blast. I had a ton of fun. I was like, this is just great. Next thing I know, the song continues as I'm traveling. And it was a fantastic day. But they're fun when they drop in, and they drop in so specifically that they're undeniable. The kind of signs that you can't make this stuff up. Now, I understand we have signs that are, could that have been a sign? I'm not quite sure. It happens all the time. And if you're watching this, I know you're thinking, yeah, I've had that. Could this have been a sign? I'm not sure. But there are signs that are unmistakable. They happen and you go, that's not coincidence. That's synchronicity. And if that sign simply reminds you of how connected you are, how linked in you are to your spiritual path, how anchored in you are to your spiritual being and your own connection, then that's a beautiful thing. And I want you to have more of those. So when it comes to my first piece here, it's really about understanding. We're going to kind of slowly step into mind shift, which is the second part of this, but understanding that there are going to be times in your life that it is harder to get signs, and there's going to be times when it's easier. Think back. There were probably episodes in your life where signs were everywhere, and then there was a time in your life where you couldn't seem to see a sign anywhere. They just weren't showing up, and you felt maybe a little bit isolated and alone. I want to remind you in this moment that you will always have times in your life where you're a little bit more disconnected from your spiritual body, from your energetic body, meaning you're more, sunk in to your human body, your physical body. You are being more human. The path of walking your spirituality is not about evolving up into this incredible spiritual being that never has any human situations happen again. It's about being aligned and linked in deeper, so the human experiences that you will continue to have are easier to manage, more enjoyable, more filled with bliss, deeper, more loving. That's the reason to anchor into your spiritual path and to follow your spiritual path. But those human situations are going to come up. When it comes to the human stuff that comes up, both positive and negative, because we know what the negative ones are. We've walked those, we don't enjoy them. But the positive ones include a new birth in the family, a new baby, a wedding, starting college, moving to a new house. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative experience. It can also be a positive experience that really pulls you into that human life, that human experience. And when you really anchor into that and you're very focused on this agreed upon reality, everything concrete here, that's when it can be a little harder to get signs. Does this mean your intuition has stopped, shut down, gotten worse, weaker? No. What it means is have your human time. Have it. Have that time. Go to the wedding, go to the hospital to see the new baby, or go to the home to see the new baby. Just have that time and thrive in it, because remember, you came down here to have that as well. When things start to chill back out again, we're going to step back into our spiritual practices. When we do that, we start to align again with that spiritual body, and signs start to come as well. This is where I want to talk about our attention. And you have heard this in 7 different ways. So I'm not necessarily telling you anything that's new, but you have heard people say, what you focus on, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. Where your intent lies is what grows. These are all true. And I want to talk about it today in yet one more way. You may have heard this, but I really want to express it kind of on that physical level to really step into the task that I'm going to give you, the 30-second task I'm going to give you every morning, in order to be able to utilize that to get more signs. Now, let's talk about our brain. The human brain here in this beautiful, amazing earth receives a huge number, millions and millions of bits of information constantly. But the brain is going to kind of sort and shift through that information and allow only a small amount of that information to bubble up to your conscious, to bubble up to the forefront of your mind. So while we are constantly taking in on our day-to-day lives, we are constantly taking in millions of bits of information, we're really only focusing on a few. And if you're like me, it's a few, because some people are spatially great at recognizing everything and seeing everything. I tend to only take in a little bit of information at a time. Now, this coupled up with focusing on intent will help you bring more signs into your life simply by asking for them and focusing on them. But I really wanted to dive deeper into this for you today, because I want to give you a reason. Sometimes a reason helps us to understand, and then that understanding sinks in. Let me give you an example that most all of us can relate to. If you are applying for college, or if you are choosing a wedding venue, or if you are looking at purchasing a new car. Let's use the car, because that's usually the easiest example. Let's say you're looking at purchasing a Ford Focus, just a random car, and that's the car that you think is going to fit you the best. You're going to start seeing Ford Focuses everywhere. And all of a sudden you're going to think, wow, there's so many Ford Focuses on the road. This is happening to you because you have verbally, mentally put your attention on Ford Focus. So your brain, while sorting through millions of bits of information consistently, says they're thinking about a Ford Focus. Any bit of information around Ford Focuses, we're going to allow to come through to the consciousness. We're going to allow to come through to their awareness. So the brain, which is sorting through all this information, will prioritize that which you're focused on. It will bring to your attention what you are acknowledging that you need right now and acknowledging is perfect on your path. Okay. This is where we line it up. Might not be a Ford Focus that you're buying currently, might not be buying a car at all. But what we're going to do is every morning, 30 seconds, don't even overcomplicate it. Make it super simple. We're going to ask for some signs that day. What you're doing is you're saying, and please create it in the way that really works for you. Whether you want to do a little bitty ceremony, light a candle, blow it out, something like that, smudge. If you don't want to do any ceremony at all and you just want to verbally say it out loud, I am receiving so many signs today. I am receiving so many signs today. I am linked in on my spiritual path. I am anchored into my spiritual body today. Just the act of saying that is, in essence, saying to your brain, hey, brain, the millions of bits of information you're going to collect every second of every day today, when one of those is a sign, bring it to my attention. Bring it to my attention. You are teaming up with the filtering aspect of your physical human mind to say, I see the signs today. I welcome the signs today. There are so many signs today, and I'm very anchored into my spiritual path. Again, create this in the way that it verbally works best for you. Create this that way. With that said, have a little fun with it. Make it a routine. Every time you're up, you're getting ready to go, when you put your shoes on. I always say when you brush your teeth. I got stuck on that years ago. I know, tell people in the morning when you brush teeth and at night when you brush teeth, do these practices because it kind of like links into your daily routine. But maybe it's just putting shoes on to go outside because that's where all the signs are going to be for you. Maybe that's it. When you put your shoes on, you say, I am seeing so many signs. Say it in the present. Say it as if it's already happening, because then your brain will hear it and go, she's seeing signs. He sees it. They're seeing signs. Okay, so when a sign comes through from a guide, we're going to let that one come through to the surface. What we're doing here today, while it sounds super simple and super easy, I challenge you to try it for a week. You're going to have fun. You're going to have a blast. You're going to turn a radio on and hear, Annie, are you okay? And you're going to smile and be like, there's yet another sign. There it is. You're giving your body, your mind, all three of your bodies, your physical body, your programming body, which is the linear mind on this linear time frame, and your spiritual body, you're giving all three of those permission to openly receive, actively receive signs this day. So go for it. Know that your brain is working for you to not overwhelm you, not show you everything going on. Know that your intent is powerful, but your intent is powerful because in this situation, your intent, your verbal statements are asking and allowing your brain to bring to the surface that which you want to focus on today. Give it a try for 7 days. Let me know how it goes.